Welcome to Scrapbook My Life, where I tell you an embarrassing story to save you from making the same embarrassing mistakes I did. Why are all school theater department costumes so ugly? It could be a fairy princess costume and it'll still be hideous. Are theater teachers all just laughing at us behind our backs? I think it should be a law that school costumes have to be at least a little cute. No kid deserves to be totally burned by an ugly costume the way I was. 7th grade was a lucky year for me. I ended up with a locker right next to Sean. Sean was in 8th grade, the star of the basketball team, and had the most perfect bright blue eyes. Sometimes we would talk a little between classes. I couldn't help but develop a total, giant, all-consuming crush on him, even though all my friends totally hated him. During one of our locker chats, Sean asked what class I had next. I told him I had show choir. Wow, that sounds lame, he said casually. Yeah, super lame, I quickly agreed. Only, I didn't think show choir was lame. I actually loved it and couldn't wait for our winter show. But now I knew never to mention that to Sean. I walked into show choir a couple of minutes late. Ugh, were you talking to Sean? My friend Cole asked, rolling her eyes. He's such a jerk, she added. Cole didn't get it. She didn't have a locker next to Sean. He wasn't a jerk. He was just cool and complicated. Our conversation was interrupted by our choir teacher, Miss Perry. She announced that we would all be singing in classrooms today to sell tickets for the show. We'd be in costume, and, to cover more ground, we'd be performing individually. Cole and I looked at each other, trying not to groan out loud. Ms. Perry held up our elf costumes. A wave of dread washed over every kid in the class. The costumes were puke green and hideous. The costume looked even worse on. The giant shirt went all the way down to my calves, and the big red collar poofed all the way up to my chin. The thick felt fabric made me look like I was shaped like a potato. The stupid little hat made my even normally pretty nice hair look terrible. Then we were assigned the classrooms we'd be going to. I got room 11. I wanted to burst into tears. Room 11 was the room Sean was in. I dragged my pointy, giant elf feet down the hallway. I passed the broom closet. Would Ms. Perry really ever find out if I never made it to room 11? I opened the door and snuck inside. I was safe. Then I heard a knock. Ms. Perry opened the door. How did you know? I squeaked out. Every year, somebody tries to hide in the broom closet, replied Ms. Perry, as she led me out of the closet and towards room 11. I had no choice. I slowly pried open the door to room 11. I wanted nothing more than to run all the way to Canada and start a new life. I stepped into the room and immediately locked eyes with Sean. I saw him look my costume up and down. I started my song. This is my little elf hat, and these are my little elf shoes, and every year at winter time I do my little elf groove. The rest of the class actually started to get into it. Eventually, my cheeks became less bright red, and despite myself, I was even having fun. But Sean never got into the song. I saw Sean at the lockers again after class. That was lame, he laughed. Suddenly, it all clicked. Oh, I realized why my friends didn't like Sean. He wasn't complicated, he was just mean. It was like magic. The crush left my body. I didn't want to date somebody mean. I'm grateful for my humiliating elf experience because that's how I learned that no matter how cute or good at basketball someone is, if they're mean, they aren't worth your time.